We've been using reflective learning from a pilot scheme that started almost 2 years ago now to a full year of embedding with our Year 5 and Year 6 pupils.
At the end of the last academic year, after a full year of using reflective learning, we saw improvements in both our literacy and numeracy data, and we actually got the highest combined score that we have got as a school for certainly the amount of time I've been here, for 6 years. So we're really, really pleased with that, and we do feel that reflective learning has been integral to that.
I'm quite hard-nosed about data. I like to see not just anecdotal, oh, everybody likes it, which they do, but is it making a difference to their outcomes? And it is. We had some of our best ever SATs results last year. We've had a real uptick in children's engagement with maths and reading comprehension because the system is giving them more confidence. So the children are engaged, they're learning, and our data is showing that it's having an impact.
So that's the data point of view. For the children as well, I think they can really take ownership of their learning. So we've seen actually the children, once it's kind of started to be embedded in the classroom, really taking more autonomy over their learning in literacy and maths, really getting excited about using the programme both inside and outside of school.
The significant advantage of having reflective learning is it builds on quality first teaching with bespoke learning for individual children. The children are assessed initially, followed by individual programmes of study being put in place for them. They can work on it independently, and it builds on everything that we hope to deliver with our quality first teaching in the classroom.
Yeah. Reflective learning's supported the learning processes by being very transparent. The AI systems do very detailed diagnostics. The children have a sense of agency. They're not passively waiting for a teacher to share knowledge with them. The system is identifying what they don't know. It's then saying, this is what you need to learn, up to a mastery level. And the visualization in terms of circles going from red when they haven't mastered a concept to amber to green, and the children see it. So they're feeling engaged in a metacognitive way to understand, this is what I don't know, this is what I need to learn, this is how I need to learn it, and then the system teaches me at an individual, personalised level.
The teachers really find it a useful tool. You know, post-COVID, a lot of the children had some really interesting gaps in their learning, that were a lot wider than kind of typical academic years previously. So reflective learning is great at addressing that because it is so individually tailored to those children. You know, we cannot possibly, in a class of 30, have 30 teachers, offering personalised learning. We do as much as we can, but the intelligence of reflective learning as a programme means that it can differentiate for those children.
I would love to think I could do individual learning plans for every child in my class. The reality is I can't. I'll probably group into groups of 5 and then it's a best fit within that differentiated group. What reflective learning does is take a personalised approach to every single child and take them on their own journey, and measures and diagnoses continually and then updates.
One of the things that we always notice in a city primary school like Plumcroft is the fact that we have high mobility children coming into our school from other primary schools across the UK, from across London, and also from overseas. So we are often the first school for children joining us from overseas. And of course, they come with all of the different gaps in their learning that it's practically impossible for a class teacher to unpick. So the learning programme, the diagnostic tool on reflective learning, and then the learning journeys that are put in place highlight those gaps, whether it be in reading or maths, and they plug those unseen gaps that our quality first teaching can't possibly cover. And what it allows us to do is to backfill, allowing us to build on solid ground as we try and move the children forward to ready them for secondary school.
I'm already recommending it to people. It works. And I think AI has a very broad, unstructured feeling to educators at the moment. It's just, what is it? What reflective learning is doing is the reality now of something that people think is probably 5 years away. It's not rehearsal and practice. So many systems out there that claim to teach children don't. What they do is identify prior knowledge and then do rehearsal and practice until they get it. What reflective learning does, which is, in my opinion, unique from all my experience, It's identifying gaps, and then it is teaching it with new content, and then it's revisiting to check mastery and then moving on. So you're plugging the gaps.
I wouldn't hesitate to recommend reflective learning to other schools for the simple reason that what we've been able to see is a steady increase in engagement with our children, and the ability of the system to find gaps, to build on quality first teaching that we provide, and to allow us to fill in those missing parts of the wall.
Jenga is a good example. It's those blocks of learning that you can pretend that you know what you're doing as a child, but there's lots of gaps that prior learning has missed. And what reflective learning does is catch that up very quickly. So you fill all the gaps, and therefore confidence, and then children engage more in class, their hands are going up, and they're enjoying it because they're feeling part of the journey rather than just being done to.